Hey there, welcome on back. As always, I'm Carl with Target's Attitude, absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. Sit on back, grab your pens, papers. Class is about to begin. Today, taking a look at a newer one from CJRB. The Maileah. At least I think that's how it's pronounced. Yes, the Maileah. This is a new for 2021 from CJRB, and it's an intriguing little knife. I do mean little. I mean, the blade is only 2.38 inches long. Very tiny. Before we get too far into this, though, let's get the syllabus work out of the way, shall we? If you're new to the channel, welcome. Here on Fridays, we do mainly knife reviews. Occasionally, I'll do a review of some piece of camping gear, survival gear, compasses, flashlights, cooking equipment, that sort of thing, but mainly knives. Then on Mondays, I do knife basics, what you really need to know. These are things aimed more at those who are new to the world of knives and want to know what we mean by all these fancy words. What is G10? What's micarta? What's a clip point? What's a warning key? What do I mean when I say 14C28N or 8CR13MOV? What do I mean by a reversible pocket clip? These sorts of things. Here's some information available that might be of use to those who've been in the field for a while, but mainly it's for the new person. And occasionally even I learn something new, so hey, works. If you've been with us for a while, welcome back. I'm glad you could join us. Have you had a chance to subscribe yet? I sure hope so. A lot of you have. We're at over 1,100 subscribers so far. Well on our way to 1,500 and even 2,000 beyond that. Ought to be great. But let's get on to the important thing, the knife, shall we? Now, this is a front flipper instead of a tang flipper like most. It flips pretty nicely. It does have thumb studs. On this model, it's a bright red to match the red washer around the pivot point, which is kind of nice. The handle material is natural, what they call natural G10. In this case, a jade color, almost translucent. It's got skeletonized liners, if you can see. I wouldn't be surprised if you can't, but they're there. You can flip the pocket clip, which is nice. You're stuck with tip up carry. You can't go tip down, but, you can't have everything. Blade is kind of an interesting shape. It's definitely Wharncliffe style, but it still manages to put a nice belly on there where the standard Wharncliffe doesn't have much of a belly at all. It's got some nice jimping on the back, makes it easy to hold on to. The blade is interesting. It's a newer steel that Artisan's come up with. It's called AR-RPM9. What does that stand for? Well, part of it stands for rare earth. I'm not sure what the rest of it stands for. It's a powdered steel, which is nice. Means you've got a finer grain pattern on the steel, which means it's going to take an edge a little easier but hold on to it nicer. In this case, Artisan was looking to get a steel that was somewhere between the corrosion resistance of 14C28N and the toughness of D2, but still at a reasonable price. And this powdered steel is rather nice. It does have good corrosion resistance. It gets pretty much as hard as D2 and just as tough as D2, but it doesn't have the chipping problem that some D2s have. All in all, sounds like it ought to be a nice steel, and they're starting to use it in more and more of their knives. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. and see if anyone else tries to use it as well. But the big question for this little beauty is, how well does it do for our battery of tests? So let's go ahead and see what it does, shall we? Let's see, we'll start with, now if I can get my fingers to work, we'll start with a single piece of paper here. I keep trying to get a bunch of paper, not one. Come on. There. Finally got one single paper off the stack of 5. Let's see how it does. Yeah, that's very nice. Indeed. That just goes right through it beautifully. Let's see how it does with cardboard. Still using the heavy double layer corrugated cardboard piece. Starting to get cut down a little bit, but you know. Let's see here. Okay, went through nicely. Hope I can't quite hold on to it. Okay. Cut through the piece with the tape on it fairly nicely. Let's see here. We'll start by... Let's see how this does. And that wasn't quite what I had in mind. Yeah. So make short work of any piece of cardboard I can think of. Even the double layer stuff, so I'll open up the boxes for you quickly and easily. See here. Hang packaging. Getting harder and harder to get this stuff, but these bottles are great for testing. Let's see here. Wow, right in. Something that doesn't have much of a tip on it. Beautiful. You know what? I'm liking this steel. Let's see here. Strapping. Yeah. I can't find the buckle that should be on the end of this, but now that'll about the same weight as a buckle. Let's see here. 2/3 of the way through without any problem at all. Yeah, works well on that. Let's see here. Paracord. Where's the end of the there's the end of the paracord. That was quick and easy. This is quick and easy. Now let's see here. A small little loop. That's not much of a tip. Let's see how it does. Beautimous. Just that off a little bit. Get that really well. Let's see here. Leather. Piece of leather. Yeah. Okay. Doing quite nicely on the leather. I'd like a little longer blade for working with leather, but it's doing the trick nicely. Let's see here. Zip ties. Let's see how it does with zip ties. Okay, that works nice. Let's see. Straight through, easy. How well does it trim? Even though it was pulling through, it still cut it. Let's see here. Let's continue with this piece of 2x4, even though I normally wouldn't use a knife this small on a 2x4. Let's see how it does chopping. Okay. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. And see what the tip's like. That's kind of... okay. Yeah, not bad. Not great, but not bad. How about cutting? Trimming. Okay. Wrong shaped blade for most whittling, but it feathers it up nicely. Let's see here. Where is... let's come down here and near the end. Yeah. It's chopping a little bit, but you know, that size blade is not made for chopping, so I can't be too surprised. There's no way I can taunt it through a 2x4, and I don't have a 1x handy. Got some nastiness on the blade there, but it's not actually in the blade. It's sticky. And you know what? It can be rubbed out. Don't normally recommend this. I mean, saliva is not great for a blade. But sometimes in the field, you got to use what you got. You know what? Took all that nasty stuff off. Imagine if I put some knife pivot lube on that blade and polished it, it'd be even better. Let's see, what else do... oh yes, almost forgot one other thing. Again, not something I'd expect to use a knife this size on, but we need to be consistent here, so standard piece of wiring harness, and let's see how we go. That was quick and easy. Much easier than I expected. Throw that back there. Yep. Here we go. Stripped it beautifully. And nothing I can see, speak of. Let's just try one quick little thing. Knife pivot lube. I love this stuff. And since I don't have a piece of cloth, wait a minute. Let's use this. Yeah. That is sweet. Just a little bit of paper dust on this side. I mean, gorgeous. One other thing. Let's put the knife pivot lube back away first. It's a liner lock, so let's see how it does on a ferro rod. Nice. Shooting very nice sets of sparks. Slight burn there, but again, wipes right off. So, let's see if it took any damage from all that, shall we? Same piece of paper. And beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So there you have it. CJRB Maileah. At least I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's available in this nice range of colors. Not only the jade, but a red and I think a brown. Let me double check here. Let me look. Okay, yeah, red, jade, and black. So, all in all, and the red one has a black spacer around the pivot point. All in all, if you like a small blade, this one is definitely a good consideration. Nice. It's fidget factor. I'm not fond of forward flippers as a general rule, but this one works really nicely. Oh yeah. All in all, definitely a great consideration, especially for a knife that's well under $50. I think yeah, this one is running right around between 36 and 38 most places, so worth considering. In the meantime, I gotta get going. I'll remind you that we've now got merch in addition to our regular web store. I'll have links to both down below, and I'll have just a couple videos over here for your enjoyment. I hope you like. As always, you can hit that target there to subscribe. And remember, maybe ability decides what you can do. And maybe motivation decides what you will do. But it's attitude that decides how well you do it. So if you're going to do something, do it with attitude. See you now. Bye.